Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host, Neil.
I'm Neil. And who is, I don't know where.
Yeah. He told us last week he wasn't going to be here, but he didn't say why, which makes me think he's doing something like, not fire-related.
Experimental.
Like putting his life ahead of the podcast.
Experimental STD treatments.
Yes, that's true. He has to go to get that super herpes looked at.
Find out what his hand gave him.
What was the movie with space herpes?
Space herpes, Ice Pirates.
Oh, yes, Ice Pirates, yes. Uh-huh.
I am key. Look at my face. You know how proud I am that I just remembered that? Robert Urich.
Yes.
Ice Pirates. Dan Tana with the space herpes.
Yeah. Ice Pirates. That's one we haven't done yet.
I do not know why that movie stuck in my head like that.
It was just a fun movie. It wasn't really like a good movie, but it was just fun.
I'm proud of me. You may not be. Fuck you. I'm proud of me.
Well, you remembered it. I'm proud of you. So, well, welcome everybody. Today, this will be our Halloween episode. It's actually going to come out, a little bit before Halloween. So we're going to do one extra episode, which is the sequel to this movie. So today we're doing Halloween 2018, and we're going to do the movie that really just belongs. It's almost, to me, it's like one long movie together. Is Halloween Kills. So we're going to do Halloween Kills next week for our last spooky movie month. So check that out. Halloween 2018 was, we enjoyed it, but we're going to dive into that. But we have two different things. First thing is that we have listener email.
We got to get a fan. We got to get, I got to get a fan for everything. Listener, email. Got to get some sound effects or something like that. You slack, dude.
I know.
You're the sound effect guy. What are you doing?
Yep.
Okay, so you want me to read it? I'll read it.
Yes.
All right. Hi, Eric, Neil, and David. I've just finished listening to the latest episode and appreciated the call out to your listener in Cooper, Fife. Butchering that. That's me. I'm a professor at the nearby University of St. Andrews. I have no idea about bagpipe reeds. Sorry, Neil. Well, then you just fucking let me down. But if you need help with evolutionary biology, do give me a call. I need help with reading. That's what I need. Keep up the good work. I'm going to give Pumpkinhead a pass. Cheers, Andy. All right, Andy, I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you've let us down. Number one, you're the worst Scotsman of all time that you don't know anything about bagpipe reeds or bagpiping. I work with a Scotsman. He knows nothing either. You're a complete letdown. I'm probably the third generation born on this soil, having my family having emigrated from Scotland. Some of us are trying to keep that alive. Now, secondly, you can redeem yourself. Evolutionary biology. What we are going to do is we are going to send you a picture of David so you can tell us what the fuck happened.
All right.
I'm thinking that this is how he could do that. Now, lastly, third, you're going to pass on Pumpkinhead.
Again. I would have passed on Pumpkinhead.
I was going to try to say something pithy, and then you zipped right in because the movie kind of sucks. Honestly, Andy, may we call you Andy? Just listen to the podcast. You don't have to watch it because the movie is kind of butt cheeks. All right, clown shoes and butt cheeks, but it's well worth a download, don't you think? All right,
so look up on Wikipedia, Cubbar. C-U-B is like Scottish Gaelic, and it says Cubbar is a town in the former Royal Burgh and parish of Fife, Scotland. 11,000 population.
Nice little town.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Looking at pictures, pretty awesome.
So, I live in a little town of 1 million people in an area of around 2 to 3, so that would probably be a relief.
Yeah. So awesome. Thanks for the email. Like we said, we will read your email on air if you send us an email. So rvspodcast222@gmail.com. Thanks a lot.
Okay, I'm going to call bullshit because I've sent you lots of emails and you never read one of them on air.
Like those are insider emails. So let's do what we always do. And Neil, what did you watch this week?
So I watched this movie and I enjoyed the holy living crap out of it. Loved it.
It's
And
good.
yeah. So I had to do a lot of design work for a national conference, a little bagpiping thing. So I spent a lot of evenings on the computer, did some sketches, scanned them in, was working them into some designs for shirts and some logos and things. So I had a lot of time to sit down, but I ended up watching this. I watched the original Halloween because it got me in the mood for that, because this is a direct sequel from that. So I'm like, okay, cool, I need to get it. And my wife was griping. It's like, well, oh my God, how come she's got a granddaughter and she's got a daughter, but she had a son before? And I'm like, those movies don't exist in this timeline.
Yes.
They rebooted it because they realized some of those movies were really awful. Like they had one that was about weird masks that had nothing to do with the Halloween franchise. That movie was absolutely horrible and garbage, and only people
I love
who are
Halloween 3. I want to fight for Halloween 3.
and only
It's not a
people
Halloween movie in like as far as Michael Myers goes, but it's a fun horror movie that just happens to have Halloween on it. It's not,
I'm going to continue my thought because you walked right into this one. Only simpletons like that movie, Eric.
I guess I'm a
Simpletons.
simpleton. I love that movie.
So I watched anyway. I watched this. I watched the original Halloween, and then I sat down and was like, I'm in the mood for something kind of goofy. So then I watched Shaun of the Dead.
Always a good one.
Shaun, and then I just doom scrolled through Tubi and watched previews.
Yeah, I love to doom scroll through Tubi and just see all just the awful movies that
There's some jacked up, horrible movies on there, and I just can't give them enough time. I did buy a lottery ticket. It's like $5 now.
Yeah, for Mega Millions.
For a Mega Millions. Well, I mean, the Mega Millions is over 500, so it's worth my time. I bought a ticket for that because I have a lot of movies that I need to watch.
Same here.
I can still. I'm waking up like 4:15 in the morning, and I'm going to the gym. And I'm coming home, making breakfast, going to work. I could do this exact same thing. I could wake up early. I could go to the gym, eat breakfast, and then I could watch movies. And then, bros before people who aren't bros, I'll hook you up, and you'll be living the exact same lifestyle. And then it's nothing but recording and talking movies, and how horrible would that be? And then, of course, vacations. Going to be a lot of vacations.
There's an abandoned movie theater downtown here in Colorado Springs that has two screens. And, man, I would do like the Kevin Smith thing and buy my own theater, and just show, one, movies that everybody wants to see, like to make money. But then I would show in a smaller screen just shit that I wanted to see. Maybe make podcasting space or something like that, to just keep things going. But that would be like the dream. Godzilla movies every Wednesday.
Oh, okay. That would be great.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get people out so you can clear some space for podcasting, show some of those fucked up Lucio Fulci movies that you like.
Yeah. There's a few of us who like those movies. Dozens of, I swear. Dozens
I swear. Yeah, you can hang out with the 4 people that listen to the show. And oh, look, we've already read emails from 2 of them, so we're halfway through our listeners. If the other 2, did you notice I was counting on my fingers? I just noticed I was counting on my fingers.
You're holding your hand up.
We've heard 2. Yeah, so we're just waiting on the other 2.
Awesome.
Yeah. Andy, expect that photo of Dave anytime now. It's coming at you. We need to find out what happened.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right. So Halloween 2018. Laurie Strode. Do you have something to say?
Yes. What did I watch this week?
Oh, what did you watch this week?
Yes.
Whatever.
I watched a shitload of horror movies this week.
Shit.
And I'm going to watch a shitload more because I'm on vacation this week. And, I'm going to watch a lot of horror movies. AMC Fear Fest is just always on. It's always on in the background. So I've watched either Halloween, the original Halloween, like half a dozen times already this month.
Samesies.
And Friday the 13th, part 1 and 2, a bunch of times. Friday the 13th, part 7. And the original It was on today on AMC, so I watched most of that. I did watch Scream and Scream 2 yesterday, and those both are awesome. One thing I really love about the original Scream is that it just keeps going, man. There's not a dull moment in that movie. There's never a scene. I think there's one scene of somebody walking around with a flashlight and they find the dad's car, but there's never like walking around the corridor waiting for somebody to jump out type scenes where they're just padding time. That movie is all killer, no filler. Scream 2, which I like a little bit more now that I've watched it a couple of times this in the past during the season, it wastes a lot of time. It wastes a shitload of time on the Dewey and Gail relationship and stupid Sydney's acting, drama career and stuff like that. So there's a lot. They're trying to pad the time on Scream 2, but it's still entertaining. And Timothy Oliphant, is that his name?
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant.
He is the killer in Scream, one of the killers in Scream 2, and he is overacting his ass off. He's just eye-rollingly evil, mustache twirlingly evil in that movie, and it's entertaining. And you get to see Jada Pinkett get stabbed at the beginning, so
that seems like a plus.
This is a plus. So, I did watch The Monkey today, the Osgood Perkins directed Stephen King adaptation. It was pretty good.
Monkey.
It is gory as all get out, like super, super gory. So if you're a fan of gore, check it out. There's this one scene involving a sleeping bag that is disgusting. Will keep you laughing. It's like a horror comedy where, I don't know if you read the original story, but it's like this wind-up monkey is inherited in this family. Anybody who messes with it, bad things happen to people in their lives. So it's just a bunch of accidental deaths, almost like Final Destination in a way, that happen to people, and it's all really gross and fun. So I liked it. I'd probably watch it again. It's on Hulu right now. But yeah, I was impressed with that one. But let's talk about Michael Myers.
Feels like we've watched this movie 9 times.
David,
where are you, David? David. All right, Laurie Strode confronts her longtime foe, Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 years ago. One sentence,
4 decades ago.
Oh, what did I say?
You said years.
4 decades ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of, I was off by 36 years. It's a small margin.
So Neil and I, right before we were talking about, we started recording, we were talking about the different timelines in the movie.
I forgot. I had a joke for Andy.
Oh, go ahead.
Andy, if you're still listening, and I hope you are, what do you call a bulletproof Irishman? Rick O'Shea.
Rick O'Shea. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Where's the drums? There you go.
I told that one at band practice. It got crickets. The one Irish guy we got playing bagpipes with us just thought it was hilarious.
So this movie wisely forgets about all the sequels that happened from the original movie, and this one takes off from the original.
Yes.
Which I think is much better because that they did that, because you forget the original timeline, which is Halloween 1, 2, not 3, and it goes 4, 5, 6. The second Halloween timeline is 1, 2, then H20, and then Resurrection. And then there's the Rob Zombie timeline.
Ugh.
And then there's this timeline.
Shut your whore mouth with the Rob Zombie timeline.
and then there's this timeline. So, yes. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Yeah. Which I like all three. Halloween Ends I don't enjoy as much.
And you know what? It wasn't, it was so rushed. Like they were really tried to put, like, okay, you know what? Michael's a little tired. He's getting older. Where's the evil going to go? And they really rushed that story with that kid.
Yeah. And the kid really wasn't that evil because Michael killed him really, really quick. And then, sorry, we're jumping forward if you haven't seen that one. But it didn't end as satisfyingly as I would have liked. And Halloween and Halloween Kills go together perfectly. In fact, we're doing Halloween Kills next week, like I mentioned earlier, because they just dovetail so specifically together and in a good way. And I really enjoy Halloween Kills because that is Michael Myers going ham on people left and right. The stupid people of Haddonfield getting iced. in Halloween Kills.
And it does not matter who you are, your age, your gender. Little kid, you're dead. Old lady, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
In a wheelchair, you're dead. Able-bodied, you're dead.
So this is directed by
Podcasters, you're dead.
Yes, the true evil of society, true crime podcasters,
Exactly.
are dealt with summarily in this movie. So directed by David Gordon Green, writers David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, and Jeff Bradley. It's so funny to think that Danny McBride is responsible for this.
It's so great. One of my all-time favorite phrases and quotes is a Danny McBride bit, because people will always tell me at work, they're heading out the door, like, have a good day. Like, don't tell me how to live my life. I fucking love it.
There's so many. I haven't really watched all of Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, or The Righteous Gemstones, but there's so many funny like outtakes that are on Instagram of all the the bloopers and stuff like that, and they're so funny. Danny McBride is hilarious, and it's so funny that David Gordon Green is kind of known for directing sort of semi-serious movies until he started doing this one. And of course, he did Pineapple Express, Your Highness, which I think is kind of funny.
It is funny. It's not kind of funny. It is funny. It's so stupid.
Funny. It's stupid as hell.
Stupid funny.
Yeah, that was in The Sitter. So, but he did some
Sitter's funny.
Yeah. So he said some good movies.
Have you seen This Is the End?
Yes, that's super funny.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, super funny. But he kind of went on. He did The Exorcist Believer after doing the Halloween series, which I was like super psyched for. But then I heard it was so fucking bad, I never watched it. So I have skipped The Exorcist Believer, even though I was kind of excited for it. It makes me kind of sad.
What if it's really good though, and you're just not giving it a chance?
I'm sure I'll watch it eventually, but right now I'm just going to take people's take the word of mouth for it and not see it. But yeah, it's a Blumhouse production, also with Malik Akkad, who's the son of Mustafa Akkad, who's the original producer of the Halloween series. So there's a nice kind of lineage going in there. They brought back John Carpenter as an executive producer, along with Jamie Lee Curtis. And John Carpenter does the music with his son Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies. And the music in this movie is pretty damn good. It's really good. In fact, I have it on the soundtrack on vinyl, and it's really does a really good job of modernizing it and adding some new twists on it and everything. So the soundtrack is really good. Distributed by Universal Pictures, obviously rated R. It did really, really great at the box office. Budget was only $10 million, but made $76 million in its opening weekend and a worldwide gross of $259 million. So that was the huge return on investment.
I added to some of that. I was there in the theater. This is one to go see.
This is one of my favorite theater experiences because we saw it on opening night, Jamie and I, my wife, and there was this lady, and she was so scared during the movie, and she was screaming and freaking out, and it made it more funny because she was so apologetic for freaking out that she actually enhanced the experience because she was screaming so bad. Usually people annoy me, but for some reason, I was in that mode to kind of latch onto her fear and enjoy her fear, so it made it fun.
Yeah, Sammy's got a friend who's a lot like that, and we took her. I wish I could remember the horror movie. We took her to it, and she is not only vocal, she's very physical. So you'd look over, and she would be posted up, holding herself off the chair with her feet up, like trying to turn herself into a levitating ball, and just shrieking the whole time. And I didn't know why my wife had invited her at the beginning. I'm like, why are we taking her? And then as the movie went on, I'm looking at my wife who just got this devilish grin on her face. And I'm like, oh, thank you for this. Thank you for this so very much.
Yeah, they can enhance the movie in a way, your enjoyment. And I think that's what was so fun about seeing it in the theaters, that opening night, everybody was in the mood to see Michael Myers again. And, there was lots of laughs, lots of screams and stuff like that. It made it a really good, fun experience. So it was definitely enjoyable. Cast, of course, you got Jamie Lee Curtis returning as Laurie Strode, sole survivor of the 1978 killing spree. Judy Greer is her daughter Karen.
Jamie Lee is PTSD'd to the hilt.
Yes, she is very, very much so. Andy Matichek is her granddaughter Allison. And we got Haluk Bildner as Dr. Sartain, the crazy doctor of Michael Myers. Will Patton is Deputy Hawkins. One of the guys, Miles Robbins, is the stoner boyfriend who gets killed. After he was playing, messing with the motorcycle. He is Tim Robbins' son. And you can definitely tell when you finally go, oh, yeah, it's Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon's child. Yeah. Pretty good overall. James Jude Courtney is Michael Myers. He does a really good job as Michael Myers. I think one of the big complaints is, Nick Castle was the shape Michael Myers in the first movie, and he had such a distinct walk and mannerisms that nobody could really match it. Even Dick Warlock, which is an awesome name, is Michael Myers in Halloween 2.
He does what?
Dick Warlock. He couldn't match the physicality of Nick Castle, but I think James Jude Courtney does a really good job of that stillness, that kind of deliberate walk, that posture.
Not like when we had asthmatic Jason.
Yes.
Just heaving. Yeah. But Jason, he did have some facial disfigurement. It probably was a little hard to breathe. So maybe I'm being a little judgy.
Yeah. Lots of people have played Jason throughout the years. Kane Hodder is probably the most famous Jason actor in the series. But I think James Jude Courtney does a really good job as Michael Myers in this movie. Do you want to hit us with that critical consensus?
Sure. Let's do that. Okay. Rotten Tomatoes, and we all know what they do. The film holds an approval rating of 79% based on 385 reviews, and that gives an average rating. Reviews. Yeah, an average rating of 6.8 out of 10, which just proves that the people they talk to, morons. The site's critical consensus reads, Halloween largely wipes the slate clean after decades of disappointing sequels, ignoring increasingly elaborate mythology in favor of basic, yet still effective ingredients. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score. How could you not? I mean, he stomped the dude's head. He's laying on the ground. I'm just praying. I'm like, he's just stomped the dude. Stomp his head. That alone should have been 98% approval rating. Because any horror fan looked at that and went, this is an opportunity for a head stomping. And it wasn't just like stomp, 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 stomp. And you'll get that, the guy's off camera and they'll sit there and they'll wail on him and they'll have the blood spray. This was straight up, you know what? Underfoot. Boom, just done.
Yeah, one badass stomp.
His
head into goo.
Into cheese, man. It was just gone. So disappointed. I'm so disappointed in you people from Rotten Tomatoes. All right, Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 67 out of 100. Fuck you, Metacritic. Based on 51 reviews indicating generally favorable, it's 67% out of 100.
Yeah.
That's not favorable. That's a grade that would have got your ass beat in the 80s. Why weren't you studying? Oh my God. Andy, you're teaching evolutionary biology. If someone gets a 67% out of 100 on one of your tests, did they get a real firm grasp or just a basic grasp on the material? Andy would back us up here, and he would say, probably in a Scottish accent, the people, morons on Metacritic. All right. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B+ on an A+ to F scale because most of those people had just suffered a relationship breakup and lost the dog. Those at Post-Track gave an overall 75% positive score because Post-Track is upset because the name of their little thing there is lame, Post-Track. 65% saying they would definitely recommend it, while the social media monitor Relish Mix noted a positive buzz response to the film online. All right. Peter DeBurg of Variety. Felt that the film brings the series back to its roots, calling it an act of fan service disguised as a horror movie. The fact it works as both means that director Green has pulled off what he set out to do, tying up the mythology that Carpenter and company established while delivering plenty of fresh suspense and grisly creative kills for younger audiences. Everybody knows you need the creative kills. It's for the kids. You're doing it
For the kids, yes.
for the children. Writing for The Verge, Brian Bishop said the film was better than almost every other sequel in the franchise. Than almost every other. So that he's saying that there was a sequel to the original that was better than this.
Yeah, we're going to talk about my rankings here in a little bit.
I have almost no doubt. And a fitting coda to a story that began 40 years ago. While Leah Greenblatt of Entertainment Weekly described it as a faithful, fundamental sequel, and funny too. In his review for Bloody Disgusting, Joel Lipsett wrote, all in all, Halloween is a worthy entry in the franchise. Everything really clicks at the finale, which makes sense considering the film exists to pit Laurie against Michael. And in this capacity, Halloween doesn't disappoint. Jonathan Barkin of Dread Central wrote, Halloween pays loving and respectful homage to the 1978 original while making a very bold and decisive claim for its own existence. This is quite possibly the scariest Michael Myers has ever been.
I'm going to say yes. Compared to the first one, well, obviously it's the best, but this one, Michael Myers is a killing machine.
Oh, yeah.
Unknowable, just, you can't reason with him. He's like the Terminator. You can't reason with him. You can't stop him.
And the great thing is he's walking around and there are people that just walk right past him that were like easily could have reached out and just ended them right then and there. But he was going somewhere else. And that's the whole thing. I feel like that character, Vominos children, Vominos.
In Signs?
In Signs, Vominos children. You're watching it, you're like, you guys are so close to death. And he's walking underneath, so creepy. He's whatever the driveway thing right there. It's got the light coming down. There's the guy coming out of the shed, and then he just goes into the house. The woman's peeking out, and you're like, "Oh, honey, you're looking the wrong damn direction." You know what will stop a serial killer? I'm going to close the blinds. That is kryptonite to serial killers. No, right through the freaking neck, pulls it out. No pause, just fucking drops her right there, head on a stick time. Crazy. Sorry. Want to go? This is a great movie as far as like Halloween movies go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. In a mixed review, Eric Kahn of IndieWire criticized the film's dialogue and staging, but said because he probably grew up in a little tiny town, so he knows exactly how everybody talks. You work for a thing called IndieWire. I'd tell you the bands I like, but you probably don't know them.
Yeah.
But said Carpenter's own Halloween was itself a bumpy ride. Fuck you. Made on the cheap, but carried along by the director's firm grasp on its potent themes. This is somebody who needs to get punched in the face at their coffee house with their ponytail. And he's got a hemp bag. And someone accidentally puts milk in his latte, and then he goes off about how he won't exploit animals. And he wears a lot of linen. This is a guy that takes his own container to get toothpaste in at the co-op. Fuck this guy. I'm feeling very saucy about these people. The new one works overtime to keep them intact while communing with the first installment in every possible way, from that famously creepy synth score to the blocky orange credits that bookend the story. RogerEbert.com's Brian Tallarico gave Halloween 2 out of 4 stars because he is a dumbass. Writing, it is admirable in its thematic relation to Carpenter's vision, but the no-nonsense, tightly directed aspect of the influential classic just isn't a part of this one. Huh? Carpenter's movie is so tautly refined that sometimes the incompetent slackness of this one is the more frustrating. As is the complete lack of atmosphere, another strength of the original.
Really? I thought this had a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it did. It had really great atmosphere, man. Especially when he gets into town and it's dark, this small town vibe. People aren't locking doors, and he's like, you know what? Everybody here dead. Forbes, you know what? Who wrote this again? Wait, who?
Brian Tallarico.
Brian Tallarico. I will fight you. You name the place, Brian Tallarico. I am there. Forbes, Scott Mendelson. I'm going to be challenging a lot of people to fight after this. Forbes Scott Mendelson thought the film is not very good or tightly directed, and it fails as a character play and a scary movie. Well, I write for Forbes, and I was not scared by this. I found this movie to be so droll. Everyone around me was scared. I was not scared, guys. This movie would not scare me. I've been audited and have had stale kombucha. I am not scared by this. Christopher Stewardson from Our Culture Mag wrote, raising some interesting questions about indifference to escalating horror, Halloween draws Michael Myers into the modern world with consideration and calculated frights. You know what? It wasn't a resounding review, but I think Christopher at least tried. So there's some people here that we got to put on the hate list. If anybody here is related to any of these people, curse your entire family.
Yeah, I really think, I mean, this is one of the things that I always wonder is that have these people watched the other sequels to the original?
Have they ever watched horror movies?
Yeah. You know, and have they watched Halloween, The Return of Halloween 6, the Curse of Michael Myers, or Halloween 5? Halloween 5 is so bad with the mask and ugh.
Oh, the mask in this was money. This mask,
exactly.
This mask is so good.
And I think that's one of the things I really enjoyed the most about it is it has really good attention to detail with the mask. The mask still has like a puncture wound, you know, like a hole in the neck from the sewing needle.
Okay, I was going to talk about that too. I'm glad you noticed that.
It looks convincingly weathered, and it just, you know, they did a really good attention to detail on the set decorations. There's a lot of callbacks, like the gas station that the podcasters get killed at is almost the exact gas station in Halloween 4. You know, you don't really. There's some callbacks to the other movies that they reference, but it's fun if you're going, oh, that looks exactly like this, you know. So it is some fan service, but it's also I think it's a good movie made by people who actually liked the first movie and cared about it. Didn't want to turn the Myers family into a bunch of screaming hillbillies.
You know who I dislike almost as much as Steven Seagal? Rob Zombie, for what he did to this.
Yeah.
It's one of these things, like, you'll find out like someone has done some really horrible stuff, and then you hear people like, oh, you need to separate the artist from the art. And I really like some of Rob Zombie's music. But every now and then when I'm listening to it, I've got the headphones on, I'm working out, or I'm doing something, and old Rob Zombie comes on. Part of me just thinks, what did you do to Halloween? The same thing you did to the Munsters.
Oh, God, that Munsters remake. Whew.
Wasn't that horrible?
It was so bad. So what is he thinking? What is going on here? And I think House of a Thousand Corpses is probably his best movie. The Devil's Rejects is, okay. And that's about it. I just don't really care for any of his other movies. It's just kind of we get it. You like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You like crazy redneck families. We understand. We got that.
Yes. This is where you're hooked at. This is where you cease. Poor Rob.
I do love the beginning of this movie. It's set up really, really good where we get the two investigative journalists.
Investigative journalists. Investigative journalists. We do a podcast.
Yeah. And I was watching some reviews of it, and they're like, how they do their podcast. Their podcast would sound like shit if they're recording on a little handheld audio recorder and there's wind and background noise and stuff like that. We have background noise. We have cats. I've got my freaking washer and dryer sometimes, my squeaky chair.
Your squeaky chair, yeah.
Yeah.
My nose is jacked up, so I snarfle and breathe and whistle and do weird shit and scratch my beard. But you know what we don't do? We don't record it outside.
Yeah, in the wind in a graveyard, and yeah. But they're both pretentious enough that when they die, you're like, okay.
Okay, good. Well, good. All right. Michael's he's getting his feet back underneath him. He's like a fighter that's maybe taking a little time off. He's getting rid of some ring rust. He's got to go in there
bludgeoning people. He does some good bludgeoning. But I like the part where they are in the insane asylum and you see Michael Myers kind of chained to this little exercise square, and they bring out the mask, and everybody else is around him is freaking out because they feel the evil. And then it cuts to the title screen. The title screen is awesome, where there's a pumpkin that's rotted that is getting back its form. I mean, you can obviously see the Michael Myers figure and the knife in the pumpkin design. It looks so good. That's really good. Good stuff.
And at no point did that mask have a little device on it. I mean, the pumpkin turned into a mask and have a little device on it that melted people's heads and stuff. Okay, I want to talk to you about seeing Michael Myers. First off, he was pretty imposing. Man, he cut a figure in that court, just that stark white courtyard. Which, if you're letting him out during the day, we give him some sunshine in a stark white courtyard, which has got to kill your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great, wonderful. But I loved how you got teases of actually seeing Michael all throughout until he gets his mask back. Like when he is fucking that guy up in a gas station, you'll get little cuts of it. You'll maybe get like the tip of his nose. You can see his eye is jacked up where he got stabbed in his eye. Yeah. That was great. I hated when you could see through his mask and he had two eyes. Yes. You shouldn't see his eyes, period. But
you know the one job of that, not seeing his eyes very, very much, because that is the best part. If he has a mask on, you don't see his eyes because he's the shape now. He's evil. He's not a man anymore.
Eyes are the window to the what, Eric?
Soul.
The soul. But he doesn't. You can't see that. So there is no
soul.
You see how deep? You see how deep I am?
Yes. Thanks, Neil, for that.
Yes, I could do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write something pretentious online, and then maybe get a job from one of these jackasses who doesn't know how to do their job. Every one of those guys annoyed me, except for one or two. But how I just appreciated that we still got all the action. We still got to see the physicality of him, and just that raging like hatred and evil. But they just cut it so well that, like, here's the back of his head, and he's not young. He's not young. They gave him the gray hair. They gave him the weird whiskers, the gray whiskers and stuff. I loved that you still didn't get a good look at him, but you got enough that you're like, oh, I almost saw Michael's face. Oh, yeah. Michael's face.
Yeah, really good framing of him.
I don't know how many times I've seen this movie, but I still enjoy that part. And then, okay, here's the film geek in me, and I'm wondering if this is the film geek in you. Did you get just a little bit excited when he pulled the mask out of the back of that car?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, so
that's
good.
What you're waiting for. Once he's got the mask on, he's in full killer mode. Yeah. I like when you first see Laurie, how much she has kind of hung on to that night, and how she's the survivalist, PTSD having person who is warning everybody that he's going to come back. She knows he is, and she's trying to train her family to be that way, and then she's had some issues of getting her daughter taken away, and her living basically like that crazy person in town. Everybody's small town's got that one crazy person, and she's that crazy person.
Laurie Strode memorized one answer in Trivial Pursuit. She memorized one answer in Trivial Pursuit and played that game for 40 years, waiting for that one card to get pulled up and called. And everyone's like, no, Laurie. And she's like, Montana. No, Laurie, that's not the fifth president of the United States. Montana. No, that is not the complementary color to orange. Montana. No, that is not the heaviest element on the periodic table. And then all of a sudden, when Montana gets called, she's like, fuck you guys, I was right. Let's go. Let's hear. I've got guns. Pick your poison. This one's tactical. I love revolvers. Let's go. By the way, I got gas traps set up all over the place. I'm ready to boogie. Let's dance with the devil.
Yeah. The prison bus crash was kind of cool, where the kid is, going with his dad on a hunting trip, and then they wind up seeing the, of course, Michael, who I'd always transfer Michael Myers from a different facility on October 30th.
Here's a mistake that they have not fixed yet.
That is a mistake that keeps getting done.
You know what I do like is how articulate that kid was. He's like, look, I like going on these trips with you, Dad, but hunting is not my thing. I like to dance. And he didn't shit on his dad. This was a good kid. He wasn't going to shit on his dad. Mm-hmm. His dad is like, I want to take you hunting. He goes, Dad, I love spending time with you. And the dad in you is like, fucking A, kid.
Yeah.
Take that time with your dad. But Dad, I really want to dance. And you know what? The dad wasn't a dick.
Yeah, they had
He
a
didn't.
good and
I
then
did.
they're gonna die.
Yeah, that was not the Midwest kind of response that I expected, having spent some time in the Midwest. And then, you know what? You're done. And and you knew as soon as the kid gets into the truck, as soon as he gets in, did you check the back seat?
Yeah.
You're fucked. And as soon as he gets in there and he's like, something's happened, bad stuff's going on, I need some help starting up the truck. And I'm just I've seen it so many times, but part of me is like, oh, please don't be back there. Please don't be back there. Please let the kid get away. No, fuck, you're dead. Done. Sorry, kid.
Even as an adult, if I'm like leaving someplace at night, and I always check the back seat.
Yep.
Just because we're trained to check the back seat. Horror movies have trained me to look in the back seat before I get in.
You're gonna get your whole Jesse Eisenberg like list from Zombieland.
Yeah. But
Always
check the back
double
seat
tap.
for Michael Myers is one of the most things that I always check for if I'm going to get in the back seat and if I'm going to get in the car and driving around at night. So, yeah.
Well, it's like when I go into a hotel room, I don't just crack the door open and kind of waddle through with my suitcases. I open the door and I push the door all the way open.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And I set them inside, and then I check around the bathroom, and then I go inside and I check the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally weird,
Check
not
the
necessarily
bathroom,
reasonable.
check the curtains, behind the curtains,
Mm-hmm.
check the mattress for bed bugs.
Yep, all that.
Pull out the black light. Just kidding.
I don't want to see Jackson Pollock. I'd rather sleep in ignorance than knowing who has befouled that place.
Yeah. Ugh. So I like the bus crash was pretty cool. Michael's out there running around, and the gas station thing is pretty crazy because especially the British girl is like, "Hey, I got to go number 2 really quick." She's pretty blatant about needing to poop, which I thought was
She's very comfortable with that guy. They're journalists. They're investigative
journalists. Yeah,
podcasters.
I do love that they made podcasters villains or unlikable people. It was kind of funny, especially true crime. If you listen to a lot of true crime podcasters, people they like to have their cake and eat it too. They love like, oh, we're really advocating for the victims, but they really love to talk about in grisly detail how this person was killed.
Speaking of, I'm going to do a shout out to Small Town Murder, man. I freaking love that podcast.
I need to check it out. I haven't really listened to it.
Okay. Let me get on there and recommend one to you. It's a really, really good one. It's about this cowboy that gets killed and they solve the murder halfway through. And you're like, there's like an hour left on this podcast. And then all the crazy shit happens after. I think you like it. I think you'll like it. They don't make fun of the victim. They make fun of the incompetence surrounding the investigation and what happens. And it's so good. And they hate New Mexico, which that's one thing I hold against them.
So the Michael has already killed 2 people or 3 people in the bus stop. He's killed a guard. He's killed the kid's dad, and then he's killed the kid. It's serious when you're going to kill a kid.
Kids and dogs, man. Kids and dogs.
Yep, and dogs. He doesn't like dogs. So he kills one gas station attendant and takes his coveralls and takes his teeth and drops the teeth over the
that was weird. I don't quite get that. Like, dude, have you just missed this that much that you got to fuck with that lady before you offer? You just don't want to kick it in and kill her?
Yeah, I think he was just like, hey, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again.
Michael's back. We'll kill your friend.
Yes.
My mind to your mind.
And Michael is, he doesn't have a weapon yet, so he's just going to pummel your ass.
Whatever's handy.
Yeah.
And I love that grip on the hammer, just picking it up and like, this is the right tool for the job.
Yeah, I'm going to use this here,
Yeah. That's the 3 rules of mechanical engineering. Always use the right tool for the job. A hammer is always the right tool. And rule number 3 is almost anything can be a hammer.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The more you know.
Do, 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 do.
I do like the interplay between our teen victims, the granddaughter of Lori, her kind of douchey boyfriend, the friend's douchey friend who has a crush on her, and the 2 other teenage friends. They're plausible, like, early Gen Z teens. maybe late millennial, early Gen Z, but
I watching that kid get hung up on that gate gave me so much joy watching him go.
Yeah.
It's like you've got all this room to maneuver, and you choose to go up to the gate that you can't go over and screech at the top of your head, please show me how you're going to take this kid out. I am just waiting.
And like you said, that scene is pretty awesome where the motion detector light is going on and off. And then, of course, getting that spike at the top of the gate going through the bottom of your chin.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Yeah, that is ouch, to say the least.
Hot fuzz. This really hurts.
Yeah.
I just could not get enough Simon Pegg movies. Oop, mute that cough.
Yeah. So, yeah, the best part, I think you agree with me, is just when Michael's on loose. He's in Haddonfield. He's walking from house to house, taking people out. There's a lot of an homage to Halloween 2 when he gets the hammer, and then the lady's making a sandwich in her kitchen,
mm-hmm.
and then she gets taken out too, and that's just kind of the same walk from house to house that he's taking.
Yeah,
spirits baby.
Not as happy-go-lucky as Ferris Bueller going from house to house.
Yeah,
but still. And I think, okay, the lights going on and off, I like that. That's very clever because he's so quiet. He's just unrelenting. Do, just like the music. But just him casually strolling through and offing people.
Yeah.
I find that way more terrifying.
Yeah, I agree.
You're at home, you're relaxed, you're oh so vulnerable.
You're leaving your freaking door unlocked.
Yeah.
You think you live in a safe place?
I constantly berated my mom, especially since my dad died, because leaving the door unlocked. Never leave the door unlocked. She's got a storm door, and she leaves it unlocked. And like delivery people will open the door and go, "Hey, I got you delivery." No, fucking leave the delivery on the porch. Don't come in. You don't know who anybody is. Have you never seen Halloween 2018?
I like the sheriff's deputy Hawkins. He's a pretty good deputy, and him and Laurie are driving around trying to find Michael. When Michael kills the babysitter, the kid she's babysitting is pretty funny. He's like, "See Dave up there."
Yes, send him. I like you.
Yeah, like you send him up there. And she gets taken out, and Dave, of course, dumbass Dave, think he's going to get lucky with his girlfriend. He gets taken out as well. But Laurie sees him, his reflection in the up in the window, shoots at him. Does tag him once, I think, in the shoulder, and he keeps going. And then the I really like the music when Allison, the granddaughter, sees Michael Myers for the first time. And on the soundtrack, it's called "The Shape Hunts Allison," and they showed there's a featurette of John Carpenter doing the music, and he's doing the keyboards. And one of I think it's his son, has a violin bow on a guitar string, an electric guitar, and it does that sound.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool. Kind of it's cool that he came back to do to produce and also do the music, and that just kind of gives you that feeling of a blessing from the master, from the person who created it, that this is what he's behind this, as opposed to all the other movies that came along in the franchise.
Yes, from the man that brought you the magic of Ghosts of Mars, he's back. He's back.
Don't forget Thing and Big Trouble in Little China. Prince of Darkness, Starman, Christine.
Oh, so good. So good.
Escape from New York.
The name's
he
had so many winners. These are so many of these movies.
Exactly what I was about to say.
There's so many of his movies that not even, well, and we've talked about this before. As soon as it comes on, the look of it, the pace, the dialogue, the music, everything, you're like, that's a John Carpenter movie.
Yes.
And it's just a winning thing. If he gets the right people in the right roles, he has got a zinger of a movie. But his movies comprised so much of like Friday nights or Saturday nights when I had to stay at home of hanging out and watching movies with my parents.
Yeah,
My
you can't
mom
beat that run he had of Halloween, The Fog, Christine,
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Darkness, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China. There's so many, just killer after killer.
Yeah. You know, people that didn't like Christine? Shitters.
Shitters. Yeah, so the daughter is out running around, and they're trying to find her and pick her up. And unfortunately, Deputy Hawkins has Dr. Sertain with him. And
Yeah, not a good time with Dr. Sertain. I wasn't certain if he was going to be a good guy or a bad guy the first time I saw this. But now I'm certain that he is a little bit fucked up in the head.
yes, he basically set it up to get Michael out and put him in motion to see whether or not he would go after Laurie. And the interesting thing is that Michael was just out there killing. He doesn't really think about Laurie. He doesn't even really know who Laurie is. So it kind of breaks the thesis of all the other movies and her idea that Michael was going to come to get her, because he probably wouldn't have gone to get her unless, he was taken to her doorstep, which basically he was. So it makes me wonder if he does remember her or not, or he's just like, hey, I'm just going to kill. And they touch that even more in Halloween Kills, where he's more drawn to the Myers home than anything else.
Yeah, because if you're in that house, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're totally fucked. But it was really good. Like the best kill, like we mentioned earlier, the stomp. The stomp is just the best kill of the movie.
Her daughter had the most common sense of anybody in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like, wait a minute, he's just going to stand there? I'm going to run.
Yes.
And I like that he just looked over. He's like, I ain't going to catch her. She's young. She probably got great cardio. And she just hucked it through the woods. And then he worked himself in this semicircle, like ellipse of evil to end up landing right back to where she was running. So not only, kids, this is why you learn how to fight. This is why you need how to learn how to fight with a blunt weapon or an edged weapon. Because after all that running, if grandma didn't have severe PTSD and hadn't booby trapped and turned her whole house into a weapon, you'd have just died tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'd done all that. You're like, oh man, my kidneys. Oh, my electrolytes are off. How the fuck did Michael get here so fast? Boom.
Takes out those cops. He takes out her dad. Feel bad for the dad. He's just trying to play. He's just doing yo-yo in Lori's house, and then he gets killed.
I can defend my family. Crack.
Yep, he died pretty badly.
And that dude, and I'm sorry, that cop, you disrespected the banh mi sandwich.
Yeah,
a peanut butter and jelly banh mi. Not gonna be as good. But dude, if you ever come out and you're around the Bay Area, I gotta take you to Lee's Sandwiches. They've got the big long baguettes with just the most amazing lemongrass chicken banh mi of all time. And the one I'm going to take you to is in a sketch neighborhood. It's like you get out and you're not particularly safe, but the sandwiches are great. So personal bit, you dissed the banh mi. You're eating peanut butter and jelly like a fucking child. He needed to go.
The best ethnic food is always in the sketchiest parts of the sketchiest neighborhoods.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I do like when you describe like Mexican food and anything Native American as ethnic food, considering you are that ethnicity. To you, technically, it's just food.
Yeah, it's just food. Exactly. I said, I love Mexican food. It's just food to me. It's the best food. But also, this is my criteria. This is a little bit of an aside here. The Mexican food or the Chinese food is going to be fire if there's a kid sitting at a table doing their homework. Yeah.
Yep.
Or there's pictures of the family on the wall in the restaurant.
So good. Dude, I've got a couple taquerias near my house, just like within walking distance. And they are just like little holes in the wall. And one of them, they got the grade, like you get an A Once I went by and they had a big like red F on it, but the place was still loaded with people. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go eat. I don't care what that F's about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat because their tacos and their chili relleno are so good.
Mhm.
They're so
Yeah,
good.
it's worth it.
We should not have talked about New Mexican food before the podcast because everyone's gonna sit and listen to us like wax and wane about it.
Yes.
Mm.
I had one of the best sopapillas I've ever had in my entire life at Garcia's.
You already told me about it, you bastard. Now you're gonna make other people have to
Well-to-bone
listen to this?
Comanche in Albuquerque was so good.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah. Anyway, the final showdown between Lori and Michael is done really, really well. They kind of like reverse play homage to certain things where Lori falls off the roof and he sees her and she's gone. You know, there's like little.
She hit hard too. She made great noises.
Well, why do you have a room full of mannequins?
Well, because she uses them for target practice. She takes them outside. She's got her twisted
Her
shooting
gun range,
of death. Speaking of noises, did you? I don't know what volume you listened to this at, but I was listening to it at loud volumes because I was really, really enjoying all the sounds because it wasn't squishy. It didn't make the like the Evil Dead, but when she'd tag him, he'd make little. He'd make grunts.
Like when she shot his fingers off with the shotgun, he's like,
yeah,
that would hurt. That would. He is superhuman, but he's still human in a way. He still gets fucked up. The best part, I think, are the images. I mean, after Karen shows that she's faking him out, and she shoots him, and then they drop him into the basement, and they turn it on, and it was a big trap. This is him standing, the fire around him, standing and looking up. He looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we all know that didn't quite do the job when we watched the next movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which we're going to talk about next week is Halloween Kills. I know.
What a great beginning to that next film. I'm so glad that you suggested we watch that because I really just want to walk out, although I got to go to bed soon, and just start that movie right now. Mm-hmm. It was so good. Finally, after some of the movies we watched have been absolute ass, this one, it just inspired some great John. Now I want to go watch so many more John Carpenter movies this coming week. That's I just have a taste for it now. Yeah, this is all your fault, damn you. I never really watched movies before, and I really want to blame you for this because I mean I was just happy singing at home, and I would just read the Bible. That's really all I would. Mm-hmm. Read the Bible. Yeah.
So 17 kills in Halloween 2018.
Why are you calling him 17? Why don't you just call him Michael Myers of the Shape? 17 is a weird thing to call him.
Oh, no, he has 17 total kills.
See what I
in the movie. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, pretty good kill count, which will be way surpassed in the next one.
Oh, God, yes.
30, I think, in the next one. So,
wait, those kids are on that merry-go-round in the park. You're like, oh, vamonos, children.
So, this is my series list of my favorite Halloween movies. OG, number one is, let's go reverse, right? The worst one, Halloween 2, 2009 from Rob Zombie.
Preach, brother.
Makes no goddamn sense with Sherry Moon Zombie leading him around with a white horse, and the mask looked kind of cool and it was a little bit torn off. That's the only thing that was cool in Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie. Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie is number 11 out of 12. Just hate it. I don't really need to know what Michael Myers was like as a kid because we already know. He had the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. He was just pure evil. We didn't need to know what shaped him into that. We didn't need to know that he had shitty redneck parents that it caused him to be this way. It's just, if you're just evil and that's it, it's unexplainable, much scarier. Number 10, Halloween 8, Halloween Resurrection.
I was like, you don't want to ask how the sausage is made. You just want to eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But Halloween 8, Resurrection with with the hell is it? Busta Rhymes. So bad. The worst mask, the worst setting. They killed Laurie Strode really at the beginning. It's a sort of like a reality show thing. It's just awful. Halloween H2O or H20. I hate it. It's like Dawson's Creek meets Halloween with Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams and LL Cool J, and it's really, really bad. Halloween 6.
Like how Buster Rhymes, like, I saw LL's work. I can top it.
Yeah, I can talk. Bring him in there. Halloween 8. I mean, 8 is Halloween 6. The Curse of Michael Myers. Number 8. Halloween 6. With Paul Rudd and the Thorn cult and Dr. Loomis screaming at the end because he's got the thorn thing on him. Ah! Yeah, bad. Halloween Ends is number 7. I actually probably should rate it a little higher. It's not a terrible movie, but as we discussed earlier, it's just rushed. You know, they're trying to make that evil never dies and that it is transferred into somebody else, but it's not executed very well.
You've got that at 7. I would have put that at 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Number 6, Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. I just remember I like that one because I remember seeing it in the theaters, and it's got a nice fall vibe at the beginning. And, you know, we were excited to see Michael Myers return in that one. It's not great, but it's not bad. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch is number 5. I know Neil hates this one, but I love it.
It doesn't even belong in there. It doesn't even belong in there.
More days to Halloween.
It doesn't even belong in there. I could make a movie about a gorilla that learns how to watercolor and say Halloween paints the painting of Michael Myers and just have it be about a gorilla. It does not belong in here.
Mm-hmm. So number 4, the original Halloween 2.
Like, you're not even going to argue that because you know I'm right.
The original Halloween 2 from 1981. I love that one as a kid. I thought it was scary as hell. I thought it was so good. You watch it now, it's entertaining. It still has one of the best scenes of all when Michael Myers just walks right through that plate glass door.
Yeah.
You know,
doesn't break stride.
Doesn't break stride.
So cool.
You know, just walks right through it. That just is always stuck in my mind as scary as hell. I'll put Halloween Kills at number 3, followed by Halloween 2018 at number 2, and the original Halloween at number 1. We're counting down the hits all the way to number 1.
This one's going out to Eric in Colorado. Halloween the OG. It's fall.
It's a long distance dedication.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge, Eric.
Do you remember Delilah? Delilah. She was always really like soccer mom music.
Yes. What the hell brought that on?
Because we're talking about radio DJs.
Oh, okay.
And I listened, just another aside before we end the show, is I listened to the radio stations in Albuquerque.
It's the same. They have not changed.
Yeah, they're still 94 Rock, 103.9, The Edge, and there still is Radio Lobo.
I would not be surprised if TJ Trout and Jer were not still the morning show.
Oh my God, probably. But Mexican DJs are the most hyped up people of all time. They must be like snorting, Coke and drinking Four Loko and, shotgunning a Red Bull before they get on. It's always, they're so hyped up all the time. Here's La Chona, Radio Lobo.
These are your people, and I don't feel that I have a place to criticize.
Yeah, so next week we are doing Halloween Kills.
Yes.
So watch these together. If you have not seen Halloween 2018, watch Halloween Kills. They're both amazing. I really feel like they did a really good job, and they're fun. Fun Halloween movies.
Yes,
Not
they
just
are.
Halloween is the Halloween series, but Halloween the season. Highly recommended.
I really didn't expect that sentence to end like that. You'd kind of like a little pause, then highly recommend it. Thought you were going to hold it.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to a whole different direction with that. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked now that this decision, we made this decision on the fly. I must say you made this decision on the fly. Because I enjoy that movie. Let's go.
Oh, speaking of November, we need some suggestions because we're switching from all horror movies to more variety of movies. So if you have any suggestions for November and December, send them to rvspodcast222@gmail.com. If there are some movies that we haven't covered yet that are important that you think we should cover, I think I really kind of want to see Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos and Gene Simmons. For
Okay,
maybe
that's
do one turkey a month.
the only reason
movie.
you want to do that is because that came up on the algorithm on Instagram.
I
That's the
know.
only reason you want to do that. You sent me that scene, you son of a bitch. And as soon as you sent that to me, part of me was like, no, please, let's not watch this. It's because you send me clips of other sorts of movies that I'm never going to watch. This one, as soon as you sent that, and he's going over the top and rubbing the makeup off, I'm like, no, Eric, no. I was so happy with this movie. Let's not do that. No. And
Yeah.
then of course, because I watched that, then all my algorithm started filling up with like scenes from like Ace Frehley doing his weird inside out crescent kicks in Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. And it's like, that's why I had to send you all those videos of my own to ruin your algorithm.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley, Spaceman.
Yeah. See ya, Ace.
74. Good run. Lots of good riffs in there, man.
Yep.
Detroit Rock City. Amazing. Yeah. Lots of good riffs, but rest in peace. If you want to send us email, rvspodcast222@gmail.com. We're on the Instagram. We're on the Facebook. So hit us up there. We're having a great download month. So thank you very much, everybody. And we'll see you next week.
They could buy us a cup of coffee.
Yes.
As well.
Buymeacoffee.com or Retro Video Store and contribute to the cause. And we will read your email if you send us email. So
yes, that we will do. I had one other thing to say, but then I reminded you about the coffee, and now I can't remember it all.
Oh, no.
As soon as we click off of this, I'm going to remember, and then, oh, shit. But
right.
I hope everybody has a great week.
Yes, have a good week.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.